What's going on, guys? Kulprit here, and welcome back once again to my Stonehearth Let's Play. It's been a little while for me. It actually is, I think it's been a couple days, a bit of a while for you, maybe even a week. It's probably been 2 or 3 weeks myself since I've been back to this save, because I was so far ahead of you guys. I'd like to let you catch up. And, you know, while we're getting back into it, we're gonna do a bunch of episodes here. I gotta be truthful with you. I don't know how much more of a future this series is gonna have. I've been away for 2 or 3 weeks, and I don't have that huge pull to continue playing this game, coupled with the fact that there's some limitations. I'm starting to get a lot of lag. You know, you can see we have 25 Hearthians or Hearthlings, whatever these guys are called. And I'm not, there's no risk, there's no danger, at least that's how it feels to me. And that kind of drives these games for me, the sense of survival and things. And there's other games I want to play, so all these factors kind of contribute. So I think we're going to start kind of wrapping this series up. That doesn't mean this is the last episode. We're going to do a couple episodes, I think. I have kind of one overriding idea I want to do, and we'll get into that in a minute. But right here and now, while I have hit the start button, we have a little attack here, so I don't want you guys to miss that. You can see I've been fiddling a little bit with the building menus, which, you know, I like the freedom that Stonehearth gives you to build, but I don't, the UI and stuff is very clumsy. Now, the good news is they've apparently hired new people to kind of revamp the entire UI, like basically a professional UI person. And if you don't know, the user interface is kind of just like how you interact with the controls and things, and it's not very intuitive, it's not very flexible. I may be doing it wrong, but that's kind of my point. So it's very limiting. Like you can see here, I did a tower. These are my second versions of these towers. I just was playing with different windows and things, and I'm not going too crazy. I've never been a big like artsy builder guy like B-dubs in Minecraft and guys like that. It's never been my thing. I've been more function over form. It's always been, I always say, like, I need to be more design oriented, and it doesn't hold my attention. I'd rather move on to other things like efficiency systems and things. I'm a nerd like that. But yeah, you can see this tower over here. I just did some walls just to kind of just experiment, really. And those ladders look weird to me. Like, something looks different. I don't know. I keep getting bugs too, so I don't know if I have any visual bugs. So if you see something weird, let me know. I keep getting a dev blog or the dev window pop up. I don't know if I'm playing maybe on an older version or what I think it is. This is probably an older save on a newer version, so it's running into some problems. So that too, that is another factor. I mean, I know we had grand plans and stuff, and I kind of would like to see it to fruition, but I have a feeling as I get more and more into it, it's going to get laggy and laggier, more frustrating, and there's just this overriding sense of, like, I don't fear anything right now. Like, I have my little militia guys and my 8 guys in a 25-man colony, which is probably a lot. But I don't fear anything yet. So that's we're gonna watch this battle play out here. We'll talk about that a little bit. I think the overriding goal for me right now, as we kind of sit here and we kind of wind down the series, is I'm going to try to accumulate as much wealth as I can. I'm going to find out all the gold, all the silver, everything. We're going to bring it in. We're going to drive the wealth of our. I'm just trying to watch here and make sure we don't kind of lose control of this here. My guys seem fine. These guys seem much harder, though. And we're just going to see what comes, what shows up. Do we get any giant monsters? I don't know if there is even any endgame monsters. I know there's monsters and things talked about, but I don't know what's actually in the game. So we'll see. We'll drive our wealth up. They're running the one guy, the boss, off, and the archers are just raining arrows. But you can kind of see. Is that lag? Yeah, see, look at that lag. It's showing that I'm getting great frames, over 100 frames, but I'm lagging up like crazy. You can see the little bar down over here. Yeah, it's alpha. I'm not being, I don't want to be misconstrued. I'm not really being that critical of this game. I still enjoy this game. I'm still a big fan of this game. I'm following this game, and we're going to do more series of this as there's more content to check and play and feature. But right now, I feel like we've kind of run the gamut, to be quite honest. Love these trees, the big multi-branch trees. Heck yeah. Which is weird. I wonder. I guess if I do leave these, they will grow larger. It's interesting. Cool. That was like one of the questions we had in the very first episode, if you remember. So we're gonna just kind of tie up some loose ends. If there's anything you guys want to see, like, what was that noise? Oh, did they just kill the last monster? I think that's what that was. Again, I feel like I have never like played this game before. This is iron? Yeah, copper. I should probably mine it anyway. I'm just raising up my view. Should probably mine it anyway. Is that coal? Well, it's like part of me is like, I wonder if there's Diamonds were there. Cool. I'm just looking quick for some gold. I think there's gold right here in my base, isn't there? Well, there's a nice vein of iron. So, I mean, we kind of want to probably just get that. Gold vein, there we go. So we've got that. Let's just get right into this tunnel. Let's just get right in here. Dive right in, boys. This looks like some over here, but this might be not worth getting. I don't know. It's hard to say. That's far away. It's going to be quite laborious to get. So let's just see what this vein does. We're just looking for any... There's so much iron in this mountain. It's quite a nice little find. Copper. All the visual glitches. I don't know if you guys see that. Pick up on YouTube. Definitely glitching out a little bit for me. Let's go down below and see in our minds proper if there's anything down here. So we've got some iron. I mean, again, we might as well collect that. I was hoping to find some oh, that's all set to mine, huh? Might as well resume that. Hoping to find some silver or something. I figured there'd be larger veins of silver. I guess I was wrong. Again, we'll look around. There's plenty of work going on. I have the forge being built, which I have a pretty good labor force. So that's pretty cool. You can see the ideas. Remember what we were going to do? We were going to do the nice big stockpile here for just the kind of wood, metals, ores, all that here. The forge is going to be here. The street was going to come down. This is going to be kind of our industry or you know, industrial area. This is our food prep. I'm not doing any traders. I'm not too worried about that. So that was the idea. Yeah, I've got some trees here for wood. Got tons of food. I mean, bottom line is we're prospering. Now I did have the idea, or you know, we have discussed to, if and when we start over, which now is something we are discussing, playing on the hard level. Now here's the thing with that, and this is my concern. It's been my concern. And I think I tried to kind of go into this and explain this when we started the series. You know, like I'm sitting here talking about a lack of difficulty, and that I get a sense that that's just from a lack of content in the game, which is fine. And balancing, I expect to come last and all this. I'm not current on their roadmap. I don't know where they stand on monsters and threats and environment things. But when you raise the difficulty in this game, I don't get a real feel that the game gets like intelligently more difficult, and what I feel like it just makes things just a lot harder. Like they smash you harder, or they throw more enemies at you, and I don't particularly appreciate that. Now this is a very hard thing to do, but I like the difficulty to be ramped up more intelligently and kind of make the AI smarter, not just more of them, not just hitting harder or anything like that. Sorry, I had to adjust my seat. I'd like to see it ramp up more intelligently, or maybe new threats altogether. But I don't see that in this game yet. The difficulty curve in this game, my impression, as I told you, I played a couple saves on the hard difficulty. If I'm not using a correct word, you know what I mean. The basically the hardest difficulty they have. And I got a sense that the difficulty curve should be, you know, ideally in a game, you know, game design, a difficulty curve should be like a bell curve. It should ramp up as you get more and more experienced, and typically that is what happens. They use wealth as a deciding factor. In this game, on this level, I feel that's there. I feel that is the case. But I just think it's relatively slow. Oops. This is one of those. There we go. Okay. I was gonna put I'm gonna leave that there for now because we were gonna put a tower in here. So build that sucker. But I feel like at the higher difficulty, let me finish my thought before I forget and mess it up. I feel as though like that doesn't happen. I feel like the difficulty curve, instead of a bell curve, and it raises gradually and gets harder and harder and harder as you get stronger and stronger. I feel like the difficulty level on the super hard level actually is kind of like a plateau. Like it's super easy for like the first 3 days, and then it just basically throws the hardest mobs it has at you. And that's usually like I forget what I had, a couple ogres maybe. I had the big spiky lizard thing at least one time, and it was like, unless you like really min-max, really micromanage the game, Like, I'm talking Russia cleric, and just things like that. It's really, really hard. Like, you just have no chance of defeating it. Now, I think I could do it. I'm not saying, I shouldn't say no chance. I think I could do it. But I think I would have to manage the game in such minute detail, in such a way that it would probably take a lot of the enjoyment out of the beginning. And the feeling I then get is like, once you, and this is why I said it was a plateau, once you defeat that little, almost vertical jump of difficulty, that's it. The game just kind of levels off. And now, after day 3, day 4, or day 5, or something like that, like, you've defeated the hardest thing it's going to throw at you, and the rest is just coasting. And I just typically get bored with things like that. So here's to them ramping up the difficulty in multitudes of ways, not just the bad guys that come and try to put their teeth into you. There's a lot of ways, obviously the environment, a winter, like, I think right now, like, we're chilling, we're doing good. I'm sitting here basically humble bragging about how prosperous this place is, right? And all of a sudden there's either like a severe drought, a dust storm, all my crops are wiped out, all these resources laying outside are gone. Like, holy crap, we're screwed, right? I mean, we could probably get back on our feet for that, as long as it's quick. Or the opposite, like a blizzard rolls in, and the blizzard persists for several days, and then we have to deal for 3 weeks of the snow on the ground, or whatever. Like, you get the idea of there's other ways that they could roll in these events that, you can't really, you can be self-sufficient in this game, obviously. That's one of the major factors of this game. So they need to throw in these things to kind of mix it up. And their monster raids, in my opinion, are not really doing it. It wouldn't really work on this map, but on the other biome, the forested biome, maybe a wild forest fire that comes through, and even if the fire doesn't burn your house, or excuse me, your town, it's going to deplete basically all the resources on your map for at least a very long time. So suddenly now you have to shift where you're going to build everything out of wood. Now maybe you can't. Maybe now you got to switch and either go really, really lean for a year until the trees grow back, or you got to start building out of something else. Like, you get the idea. Like, they just throw you different things, and you have to adapt. Now, some of this is kind of brought on by other games I've been playing. I've been playing a game called Oxygen Not Included lately. I'm obsessed with this game, and it's something we're definitely going to feature. I'm going to start up a Let's Play on this probably tomorrow. I'm a little nervous because the game can go very wrong very quickly, and I'm hardly an expert. So it could be one of those like 3 or 4 episode Let's Plays, very, very possible. But I've gotten much better at it. I've been literally obsessing about it. And while I'm playing it, it's a different type of game. Like, this game here, Stonehearth, is very slow paced, which I kind of do enjoy, the romanticism of it. It's a lot easier, but that's just the state of development. Whereas Oxygen Not Included is more akin to RimWorld, where it's like you're managing minute little details, and you're balancing on a knife edge, and at any one time, any single decision you make, you can literally doom your colony. And so this one is even more so. It's set in space. You have to it's colony manager set in space that you have to like balance life support for your colony. Did I not tell this to build, or they probably just haven't started it, right? No, it's all set to go. They've been on the forge. That's fair. So that, playing that game a lot, I probably have 20 hours in the last week, which is a lot for me around work and family things. Because even when I'm not playing, I'm thinking about it. I'm reading the Reddit. This is the game that's in my brain right now. I've been thinking a lot about game design and what draws me to that game. Game's brutally hard. Like, whereas this game is in alpha and it's very easy, that game is in alpha, beta. I don't know what they're calling it. It's pre-release though. It's brutally hard, and I am way more engaged with that game. And I don't even know if it's possible to survive in that game right now, because I don't know if all the mechanisms and features and mechanics are in the game to survive. You cannot, pretty much they've said you cannot be self-sustaining in that game. It's only a matter of time to when you die. It's just how long can you last, basically. So it's got me, and it's making me really min-max and manage, what is this? What is it telling? Oh boy, somebody trapped. Like, what does that mean? Or is that? It looks like the wall. It looks like it's over the wall, but I'm not sure why. Again, we're kind of getting back to the. Oh, it's just telling me we don't have the stone, but I did. It's just getting clay, so it should be getting stone down below. But I mean, obviously, my workforce right now is saturated. What are we doing here? Why can I not see anything? Oh, there it is. Yeah, they haven't gotten down here yet. They're just working. They have a lot of work to do. So yeah, you know, playing different games. Like RimWorld. RimWorld is maybe, if it's not my top game of all time at this point, it's one of my top games of all time. Like it easily has probably the most hours in that game. I legitimately am probably around 1,000 hours. If I had to wager, I'd say I'm over 1,000 hours in that game. And I mean, I've got hundreds of hours of Let's Plays on this channel alone. And it's just because that game has so many different ways you can fail, which sounds like some people are like, why is that fun? Because you never know. Like every time you play is a different story. You might die to the bad guys. You might die to the environment. You might die to morale issues. You might die to just random acts of nature, random act of quote unquote God in that game. And that's what makes it so great. You can't prepare for everything. You can only kind of adapt and yeah, you're stuck there for reals. All right. So that's just what I enjoy. Those games right now are super fun. And this game it's not there yet. This game would easily be that though. Absolutely be that. I think this game needs to be much harder though, and it needs a cleanup of the UI. It's just a little too clumsy. For a game to give you the full freedom, it's fantastic, but it's just a little bit clumsy. For me, I'm sure there's some people out there who have no problems with it. I've seen some pretty insane things on streams. Like, you know, I haven't delved too deeply into the morale of our town and things. Because that patch came in the middle of the series, so it's kind of... I lost some momentum on that. Let's just see. Oh, I'm having no food. You should have plenty... Wait, are you telling me we don't have food? Praises... How are you telling me we don't have food? I mean, do we not have prep food? Is that the problem? There's some food there. There's some food there. I mean, I understand it's not the most variety-ful food. Veg stew, meat stew, some flatbread, curry. I mean, I don't really... I mean, until they give me some wheat seeds and things like that, I don't have a lot of options what to make them. But, I mean, we have tons of food over here. Stuff's probably just flat out rotting. So we're fine. I don't know why they're talking to me about starving. It's a little weird. There we go. They're making the wall. I don't know where they suddenly miraculously found stone. She got down? Yeah, she did. Again, I love the art style of this game. I really do. So... what we're going to do is, I'm just trying to get these built up because I just wanted to experiment with the building modes and stuff, and just to see if some of my early opinions kind of held out or if they fell apart. And they for the most part held out. I mean, if you watch me build, I pretty much use the pre-formatted templates of houses, which I think is great. And you'll obviously be able to download those and things, which is fantastic. I think that's great. It's a great decision. It's going to make, for guys like me that aren't into kind of the micro managing that aspect of the game, it's going to make it a lot of fun to just have these really awesome buildings. So I think we're going to do a couple episodes here, and what we're going to basically do is I'm going to kind of come out here and try and get anything that's like of good value, really. Just kind of hoard it all up, raise our value as high as we can. I'm going to have my man over here. Let's just check him out real quick. We're going to have him just start making... Like, see this lag? This is what's killing me. We don't have that much gold. What did I use a lot of gold on for? I don't remember because it's been so long now. Like here, we can make a bunch of this. We got coal. So let's do 20. We should be able to do, right? Roughly. I mean, not exactly. Oh, that's steel right there. That's silver he's making. Can't believe that's all we have on gold, but okay. Oh no, I hope that didn't affect my... I just hit a hotkey to move my thing. I hope that doesn't affect the recording. Oh, nice. Nice. The gold vein continues. Oh, that's where they got the stone from too, by the way. Let's just keep going. Digger. Bigger. Let's digger bigger. Yeah, another gold ore. Obviously, it can't be too far away. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Copper. It's all copper. It's just different tones. Wait, what? What was that noise? Is that him? Did we have a fight? That I wasn't? We must have. I'm not sure. Not even sure what that was. I thought I heard the clerics going. So, all right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this episode here. I want to get back into the swing of things with this game. Talk to you guys a little bit. If there are things that you particularly want us to see, I'm not going to like delete the game file or anything like that. So even if the series kind of runs its course and there's something you want to see, something you want to ask me about, I can make a one-off video about that. If it's a feature you're wondering about or something, please let me know. Don't hesitate. And we're going to basically try to push our wealth up as high as we possibly can in a reasonable amount of time, and just see what shows up on the edge of the map. See if the big parties start coming in hot and heavy. I do think that if we did advance the storyline, it's not the greatest of storylines, but I think if we did go down that road, I think we would get. Remember, we had those two big battles, the two big armies that came in here. But again, I kind of dispatched them without much of a problem. Sorry you're seeing that. Let's just get that off the screen for now. Yeah, so we're just gonna ramp up the wealth, tie up some loose ends, and we're gonna close down this season of Stonehearth. We will, again, like I said, this is gonna be in the rotation as soon as they come out. So a couple, might not be the next update, but something to give us something to really sink our teeth into. We'll definitely do it, just like I do with RimWorld and even like Prison Architect, all the other games I cover. You usually take a patch or two off, or a big game update or two off, and we come back and revisit it. But there you go, guys. Hope you are enjoying this series. Like I said, if there's anything particularly in specific you want to see, please let me know. I'll do my best to accommodate you. Thank you so much for all the views and support you guys have been giving me. It's really been great kind of getting back into the swing of YouTube again, where I still feel sort of lost and alien. It's starting to become comfortable again, and I hope you guys have noticed that. And other than that, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Take care.